The Case Notes tab in NVTrack is a tab that you will go to frequently throughout the life of your participant's enrollment. Just as in your physical file, every time you interact or have a note to say about your participant, you will want a case noted. Here, I've already put in a few case notes as an example. And if I wanted to search for a case note, I can search for it by date or by keyword. I can also click Show All just to see all of the case notes. They do get cut off when they get too long, so I can click on Case Notes Report and I will see all of the case notes in full. Whenever I add a case note, I'm going to want to sign it, date it, and put it in the file. Now with these case notes that I've put in, I've dated them and tied them into a service for most of them, a payment, service, or an outcome. Let me show you how I did that. I'm going to backdate, and I suggest in your real life situations that you don't backdate as far back as I'm going. In fact, you want to make sure that you do timely data entry. Make sure that your notes and payments and services and outcomes are put into NVTrack within 5 days. Now I'm going to make a note about Jonathan starting his new job with Bob's Computer Repair back in August. I'm going to say it was a telephone conversation that I had with him. And to spare you a little bit of time, I just put an ellipsis there. Now, this happened in August. I'm going to tie this into my individual service strategy because it is part of his strategy to get a job, a better paying job, in the line of work that he was seeking. I'm going to save this. And because my individual service strategy is still open, tying this case note into that open service keeps an exit from automatically generating an NVTrack after 90 days of inactivity. To put it in another way, if I were to have forgotten all about my NVTrack electronic file for Jonathan and I did everything on paper, NVTrack after 90 days would assume that I wanted to exit him. It would automatically add an end date under the Services tab, mark his individual service strategy as completed, and it would do this for any other services that were not closed. Then in my Outcomes tab, I would see an exit date as well as a follow-up date. In order to keep that from happening automatically, I want to make sure that at least every 90 days I put in a case note and I tie it into an open service such as the individual service strategy. This will keep my enrollment from automatically exiting outside of my control.